Shalom, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kadash, and double honors unto the elect apostles and elder bishops. On down at Great Millstone, and salutations to elect. This is your brother Rabbi Yami here to share our lesson. This is just a quick update on what is going on over there in the Middle East. So since we are still in a time of war, man. The words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall not return unto him void. Right? We are at the end. The third world's war is coming. I have this article here. I'm going to read a bit, but I want to play the video. Alright. So there's no new negotiations going to happen. Right, and we all know that this is going to happen because it's, part of prophecy. The third war is coming. Right, and that's what I'm going to call the article. We are still in the time of war. I'm going to tarry. Per the Hill news article by Laura Kelly. It says Iran holds ceasefire talks with U.S. Says it will keep the Strait of Hormuz closed. Alright, so life for you Babylonians is about to get even harder. Alright, I went to the store today, to the Walmart, and the prices of things has increased compared to the last time that I go. I go every other week. And the price of products has went up, man. And it's going to continue to go up. Alright, so brace yourself. Alright, we close. Alright, the hour of temptation is coming. Jacob's trouble is on the way. So repent, good up, and get ready. Alright. So it says Iran has accused the Trump administration of ceasefire violations and will move to close the Strait of Hormuz and stop exchanging messages with the U.S. Now, I don't know if this is indefinitely, but we'll see as we go. Through intermediaries, right? Iran state-affiliated outlet Tasman News Agency reported on Monday. Right? It says the report translated a post on the messaging app Telegram pointed to Israel's military operations in Lebanon against the Iranian-backed militia Hezbollah as a violation of the ceasefire with the U.S., right? So they attacked them. Alright. Yeah, they bombed Lebanon the other day. So that was a violation of it. Alright, it says the report said an Israeli ceasefire in Lebanon is a precondition of the ceasefire between Iran and the U.S., and that the ceasefire has now been violated on all fronts. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi posted on social platform X that Lebanon is included in the ceasefire with the U.S., and that any violation on one front shall be considered a violation of it across all fronts. It says the United States and Israel bear responsibility for the consequences of any breach of the truce, it said. So you see, these men, these leaders cannot halt prophecy, man, cannot deter prophecy, right? Let Yahweh Hashem Yahushai be true, and every man a liar, man. Continuing on, it says the announcement. So like Israel announced Sunday. I'm kind of excited, man. It says Israel announced Sunday it had captured Lebanon's Beirut castle. I remember seeing that on the news. It says a 900-year-old fortress located north of the Litani River that carries strategic military value and stands as a symbol of Israel's occupation of the south of the country between 1982 and 2000. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Monday ordered attacks on Hezbollah-controlled neighborhoods in South Beirut. Alright. Continuing on, it says, meanwhile, the U.S. and Iran exchanged fire over the course of the weekend. U.S. Central Command said it struck Iranian air defenses, 2 drones that were threatening ships, and a ground control station in response to aggressive Iranian actions, including the shooting down of U.S. MQ-1 Predator drone that was operating over international water. Continuing on, it says the White House did not immediately return a request for comment. Trump at 1 a.m. Monday posted on his social media site, Truth Social, that Iran really wants to make a deal. So you see, he's saying one thing, but then the Iranians saying something else. So he is confusing the people, and he's confusing, the markets, right? Because everybody is focused on his every word, right? Because he has information that a lot of businesses and markets and people do not have. You know what I'm saying? So they take his word as truth. Right, it says, and he accused critics of the negotiations of jeopardizing an agreement. Just sit back and relax. It will all work out well in the end. It always does. President DJT wrote. Alright. And lastly, it says the pullback by Iran comes as President Trump over the weekend considered a preliminary deal to end the war that was negotiated by Washington and Tehran. Axios reported Trump on Friday added amendments to the deal and transmitted it back to Iranian negotiators. It says Trump announced in a Truth Social post Friday he was ending the U.S. naval blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, and that ships caught in the strait may start the process of heading home. See, that's a lie. The U.S. blockade was initiated to block Iranian ships, and ships carried Iranian oil from transmitting the narrow maritime passageway. And that brings us to the end of the article. So, no peace, man. Scripture doesn't lie, the Bible doesn't lie. Alright, so share these 2 scriptures and play the video. And this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. And it says, for when they sashay peace and safety, right? Peace talks, ceasefire. We're making a deal. There's no deal happening. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Right? As shall veil upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right? So it's going to come suddenly. The wrath of Yahweh Hashem will shine. It's going to come suddenly. The lake of fiery missiles that's going to be pelted to and fro across the earth is going to destroy its targets suddenly. Right, and I'm going to end this quick update in the book of Revelation, the 11th chapter and the 14th verse. The second woe is past, which is the Second World War, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right, there's nothing that they could do to stop his progress. It's all on the behest of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And when I get the script here, because I quoted earlier his word with not there you go. Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11. Let's see if we can find it in the KJV. Isaiah chapter 55 and 11, KJV. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth, it shall not return unto me void. It shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I send it. Right? So, Most High is not a hypocrite, man. He ain't gonna say something and it is not gonna take place. I wanna check something out. Du- 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 du. Um, mm, mm, right? And when you go into that word void, it means vainly empty, in empty condition, without effect, right? Without cause. Strong's definition: undeservedly, without cause, empty, and vain, void. So his words will not return unto him empty, right? See, Most High Abashim Yahushai speaks the truth. I'm gonna play this video and I'm gonna end it there. This is fair use to the hill. My channel is not monetized. I'm using your video for commenting and teaching purposes. So fair use, fair use. My channel is not monetized. Let's see if it plays.
Unable to be independently confirmed. This is just what Iranian state media is saying, that the negotiations are on ice from Iran's perspective as long as there's fighting in Lebanon. It does, however, line up with some of the public warnings that they have given, even just today. Look at what their foreign minister put out just a short while ago when it comes to the ceasefire. They're saying the ceasefire between Iran and the U.S. is unequivocally a ceasefire on all fronts, including in Lebanon. Its violation on one front is a violation of the ceasefire on all fronts. The U.S. and Israel are responsible for the consequences of any violation. So you have tensions out west in Lebanon, but you also have tensions here in the Gulf after we saw yet another episode of Iran and the United States exchanging missile fire overnight. The United States framing these as self-defense strikes on radar site, launch facilities inside of Iran after an American drone was shot down over international waters. Iran, in its own right, ended up firing 2 ballistic missiles at Kuwait, which is where several bases of U.S. troops are currently stationed right now. None were injured. And while it seems as though that things are stabilizing here again in the region, well, the point being is that the Strait of Hormuz is at the heart of all of this, with the president saying he would like to get the Strait of Hormuz open with a deal, but he's very specific about the terms he's looking for. Here's what he said on that.
I would rather get a deal because we can open the strait immediately upon signing. The one guarantee that I have to have is that there will be no nuclear weapons. They've agreed to that. If you're going to be in a hurry, you're not going to make a good deal. And slowly but surely, we're getting, I think, what we want. And if we don't get what we want, we're going to end it a different way.
We moved from the president hosting a Situation Room meeting on Friday to discuss the deal that was in front of him to now indications pointing to the deal being sent back to Iran for some adjustments. Now you have this Iranian state media reporting coming out suggesting that Iran is prepared to step away from negotiations here. All of this at a very sensitive time here in the region.
See, so no peace, man. We are still in the time of war. Shalom.